Hey everybody, good morning. Oh, looks like all my favorite people are here this morning. I really appreciate all of you, everybody that subscribes. And somebody did something cool. I don't know who it was because it didn't come with a name. Sent me this cool Cybertruck card. Now, the cool thing about this card, check this out. It has a 3D Cybertruck that pops out of it, like right there. Just trying to make sure I get the effect on the camera. And so it's pretty cool right there. I appreciate it, whoever sent that. Um, it came directly from Amazon, addressed to JT. Didn't It had that card inside, and that was just cool. It made me smile. So I do appreciate it. Whichever one of you did that. Yeah, Gabe, I don't recognize your name, but welcome to the stream. Lieutenant Colonel Goose, good to see you as always. Gayton, Rex, John, Major John, good to see you, sir. Maurizio, Jan, Dan, Michael, Wade, Valerie, Diana, Rob, Merle, General Rush, good to see you, sir. Jim, don't recognize your name, but welcome to the stream. Robert, the Last Warrior, and all the other people. Wow, I just skipped the chat. That was crazy. A bunch of people saying, hey, good morning. If you want to say hey, good morning like everybody else, click the button over here where the can is. And I just finished this off. It's watermelon. Check this out too. Like, whoa, it's got a green lid. It's got little green highlights that make it clear in weird places. So that's a interesting monster flavor. It's kind of like watermelon and green tea, I guess. I don't know. That's the flavor I get. Not my favorite, but suffer through. Anyway, morning, everybody else. Let's see. We got Craig, Jeremy, Donald, Emmy, Steve, Laura, Alan, Jim, Nikki, Al. Let's see. Ted, Peter, Joseph, Helen. Sledge is here. Andreas. And I don't. Sledge, you've never told me what rank you were. And Kimberly said I think he was a captain. Anyway, Andreas, right? Rick, Eric, Ralph, Rafat, don't recognize your name, but welcome. Bill, don't recognize your name, and welcome. Sweet Chin, welcome. Pierre, Carmen, Francois, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Robin, Cliff, all right. She's correct. Cool. All right. Welcome, everybody. And anybody know what happened this morning? CPI came out. We got stuff popping, we got stuff dropping, we got stuff moving and shaking. And I guess CPI came in a little light compared to what we were expecting. Right here, right here. Check it out. And that kind of covers up part of the screen. Awesome. Love it. But right here. Dun, 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 dun. And we can kind of pop it up and look. Core. Yeah, core. Let's take the already reduced CPI and take it down even further, and we see core dropping down to 0.1. Now that's a month-over-month increase. So 0.1 month-over-month. That's still rising. You could say annualized, that's only 1.2% or whatever. I don't know. Core, completely fictitious numbers. But we get the regular CPI still at 0.1 also. Actually, negative 0.1. Contracting. Things aren't looking too good. That makes I don't know what you would call that, disinflation. But CPI year over year, when you actually extract it out, 3% instead of 3.1. I don't know. We've seen it down here already, and I don't know. I don't think we're done with the inflation. And I think it's completely fictitious because if you use the 1983 way, we're still at like 10% or 11%. Price is still going up when I go buy anything. I don't know about you. Unemployment claims coming at 222, which, I mean, let's face it, there's probably 250,000 people a week that are dum-dums and get fired or quit their job out of all the 300, whatever it is, 300 million people. Like 200 million of those actually hold a job. I mean, think about it. 0.1% getting fired or quitting every week and then go and file unemployment. That's pretty believable number. I mean, I would believe it's probably higher than that. So, alrighty. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to move the card so it quits crinkling. It's got a little plastic thing to it. So, Anyway, welcome to the show. And I guess before we start talking stocks and stuff, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling anything from me, anybody else, or trading in the markets. No stocks, no options, no bonds, no forex, no futures, no cryptos, no treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. Think about it. There's a buyer, there's a seller, there's a winner, there's a loser, every single trade. My goal here is to try to help you learn a little something and be on the right side of that more than you are the wrong side of that. If you desire personal financial advice, though, you're just like, hey, I just need somebody to tell me what to do. First, nobody's going to watch out for your money better than you do. So please take a vested interest in what you're doing. And then second, make sure you trust them. All right? Think about it. The financial advisor industry is so they had to pass a law recently, just a couple of years ago. They had to pass a law that financial advisors had to take your financial best interest in mind when they give you financial advice. They had to pass a law. I mean, what the fudge is a financial advisor if they don't take your best interest at heart? Make sure you trust whoever you hire if you're going to do that. And I mean, I like to think that most of the people here watching, all 155-ish of you, you're at least trying to take a vested interest in your financial well-being. So please, though, be careful. It shocked me. When my mom got sucked into a Ponzi, that law was not in effect back in 2018. And, or I guess 2017, 2018. It's just amazing that people out there can do a job and not take to heart the financial interest of people. Now, I'm not technically allowed to do that with the position I'm in, so that's why I have to disclaim it. But, I try to get you ahead. And we drew this on the chart yesterday or the day before yesterday, whatever it was. We might pop. We got close. The pop pre-market was pretty vicious there, up to 5,700. And then we've got the rejection back down. Can we go again? I don't know. Now, remember, cutting rates is not bullish. They never cut rates when everything's going good. All right? When everything's going to keep being good. They cut rates when there's problems. And I've seen people arguing the other way. That's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. They raise rates when everything's good to try to cool it off. And they cut rates when things are going bad to try to warm it back up. That's the way it works. All right? That's the way it works. It's not like they have the perfect system. And they're always chasing the market rate, right? You keep an eye on it. I haven't really looked it up in a couple weeks here. Yep, QQQ. Firing off an alert yesterday near the close. So look, we actually did pull back down slightly. Still in the sideways chop. I'm still thinking this is going to pop. And the blue rate is the DGS2, if you've never seen this before. Delta Golf Sierra 2, that's the 2-year constant maturity rate. The orange is the Fed funds rate. And if you use TradingView here, you just pull up the DGS2 chart right here. You push the compare button, push the compare button, tongue tying myself. Push that compare button, type in FED, FUNDS right here in the search box. Hit enter, and you can make this cool chart right here yourself. Now, drawing on it, that's what I do. Now, if you don't believe me that the Fed kind of chases the market, not sets the market, well, let's take a look back in time here. All the way back here. And these little spots are interesting to me because when the orange crosses above the blue, at least back in 2000, we had a dot-com bust. And in 2006, 7, 8, we had a housing crisis, great financial crisis. In 2018, we had Volmageddon and then led into COVID. It was all one big thing. Now, this one, keeps hanging on. I kind of speculated back in, it's been a year and a half ago. I speculated when we first crossed that we may see these cross back and go higher before we actually meet the ultimate problem. So watch for that to occur. I still am of the opinion that we may see rates raising, not cutting, even though the cracks are forming. Now, we may not go higher. We may just have an epic crash from here. Entirely possible. Watch out, though. Watch out. Watch out. Kimberly's here, my favorite subscriber in the whole world. That's my lovely wife, the boss, as I call her. And welcome, everybody. So, anybody freaked out substantially? Freaked out enough yet? Well, let's go look at the... Look how short that lasted. Pop, and took it right back. Now, we may ramp on out from here. I think somebody felt left out. We had to take it right back down. Somebody got caught off guard, expecting bad news, and got good news, so we had to bring it back down, ground it before we can go higher. And look at Russell, though. Look at that. Huge pop right there. 40 point, 45 point. That one does not move like that. That's pretty wild. Now, when you zoom back out, though, it's just right into that resistance zone. Now, could we go higher? Absolutely. 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 That move higher. Set it to the bottom. Probably up here 2150. Possibly a new high. Possibly get that new high up here at 2200. But then you zoom out even further, and it doesn't really change the big picture story. We're still just at a corrective resistance and may burn it down from there. Time is the hardest thing to predict. When's the end? Definitely hard to predict. But if we go up here and make that and find resistance there, that may be the final push. That's kind of, I've had that on the chart for a little while. Hadn't really talked about it much. You know, we're poking up today. If we get the daily close up in here, this could go. Now, the other thing that could happen, though, is that this is the final push today or into tomorrow with the PPI, and then everything burns it down. So be careful, be careful, be careful. You know, I saw a funny thing on Twitter. Biden was saying, I'm the president and everybody should listen to me because I'm the president. And a commenter said, you know, when you have to tell everybody you're the boss, maybe you're not the boss. And it's like Kimberly's always disclaiming that she's the boss. And I'm like, it's kind of the opposite for you. You're always saying that I'm not the boss. And then so we know who the actual boss is. Anyway. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Anyway, yeah, I am. Yeah, right. Sure. You know, that's why everybody schedules with you for rides in the Cybertruck. Anyway, looking at oil, not really reacting much. Not really reacting much. CPI just kind of sitting. I still think we're probably due a date with the roadmap line down here. You want the roadmap line? Links in the description, and there's videos to just go back to the homepage of the channel, and you can see the DIY. I think I posted it as the channel video now, where if you go visit the main page of the channel, you can get, if you're a DIYer, you can get the code and do it for free. If you're not a DIYer, it's like $5. You know, links in the description. Click the more button down below me. And you get the roadmap line, how to use it, and why. I guess I don't really explain why, but I explain how it's support and resistance in the market. And you can see it was kind of support, but resistance, 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 moved away, came back through. Now, potentially support. Go visit it, and then we could set it up to go up to the 90 area on oil. It works on all charts, all time frames, all tickers. It just kind of works. And that's what the Apollo is based on. If you're new here, never heard of Apollo, it's a new automated system that I rolled out that finds these setups on a 30-minute chart. GC right there, breaking above the resistance potentially this morning. This could lead to a much larger upside potential. Quick move up to the 2500 area right up here. You know, 2470 is going to be the conservative target for that based on the pattern. But I've been looking for this move on up higher, possibly even to 2600 for a while. Probably going to do it. And our old buddy Silver here also trying to confirm the breakout. Going to head up to 35, possibly even 40 on Silver. and maybe even start something bigger than that. But that'd be pretty wicked. I'll probably book out my position that when I went long silver back here and sat through all this crap. I'll probably book that out. Oh, speaking of Apollo, 1 minute strategy firing off the target. I built a new day trade thing, so it'll fire off. Wow, there they go. Sell, 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 sell. Everything hitting targets. Look at that. Wow. Keep going. Keep going. SoFi, gold. I was in gold with shares that was from a while ago. I don't even remember how long that one stayed open. KWB. Oh, yes. AGNC. I wonder if my options closed out. Dun, 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 dun. Look at all that. Look at it all go. Beautiful. Let's go see what we're up to here. Refresh. SoFi done. BRKB. I closed that one out yesterday. Everybody's like, why did you close it out? And hey, when I'm on live, I can't sit there and babysit them all the time. All those ones from yesterday. Hitting targets. KWB from the day before. Beautiful. Got a few left open from yesterday. Dun, dun, dun. 7 are open, 11 wins, 0 losses. That's just in the last 7 days. So 7 days from right now. It's like very specific. It's not you go back to the beginning of the 7th day. It's 7 days by the minute. That's the way it rolls a window. So dum 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 dum. Winner, winner, winner. So these losses right here on the 3rd, even though they were like 8 days ago, they're not in the window. It's been nothing but winners, which is absolutely insane right there to think that this thing has been 100% winners. Just wild. And that's things that were opened within the last 7 days, open and closed. Now, things that lasted a little longer may or may not be as awesome. So there you go. Rolling back in, rolling back in. So silver, working on that breakout. If we can get the, well, we basically have the Apollo setup. It didn't touch here, so it's a lower time frame. 4 hour, but that took too long, so maybe it doesn't meet the statistics. But 33 is the target. In the near term, 35 is where I've been saying it was going for, what, a year? Maybe 2 years? So I really want to see that one go cooking. Gold could possibly get to 3,000 to 5,000 on this run. And we're not talking like today. We're not talking tomorrow. We're not even talking next week. Maybe next year. 3,000 to 5,000. Probably where we're gonna find a top. But it could keep rocking and rolling. Like it doesn't have to stop there. Bitcoin. Look, even more. That's a buy. That's a sell. That was an in and out in one candle. I warned about that before. In and out, the same candle, and did the same thing on the 60-minute time frame. So, alrighty, Bitcoin trying really darn hard to break out of this funk. Initial resistance is going to be the top of, like, if you wanted an aggressive entry, buy when it breaks through that, takes out that candle right there, that giant flush out candle from last Friday. When we take out that candle, that's an aggressive entry. A little more conservative up here, a little more conservative when we get through the 66,000 area, because then we're probably cruising on up here to 78, right up here. If not even higher. 82, 85, 89. And my ultimate target's on up there, 150 to 300,000. Not shown on this chart. It's on this spot market chart. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I pulled up the wrong one. Got to get the all-time history. There it is. Right there. 150, 300. Right up in here. Probably go cruising up there. Ethereum, Ether, coming back up through that 3,200. Those spot ETFs should hit the market any day now. Any day now. Potentially tomorrow. We'll see. They just need to get approved, and then they can start trading. Everything is looking good. It's all looking good. If we break through that, this can lead to a very quick appreciation. And those spot ETFs getting approved may be what kicks off all of crypto. Maybe the reason that we rally, even though all the charts are saying we're about to break out and run. Dollar hit the roadmap line. Thought we would do that. Now, do we hold it, or do we break lower than this low right here? If we break lower than the low right here, bias is probably changed to down instead of hitting the target. That's how it works. If we break below here, probably cruising on down, maybe down to the mid 90s. That target that I've had for this big correction for, gosh, since we started it back here when we broke below the roadmap line in November of 22. Thought we'd cruise down here to at least the 90s, if not something more deeper, something deeper in there. You know, we could return to the low 90s. So somewhere here in the mid 90s, I do expect us to bottom out and then probably do a rally, multi-year rally, and then probably go lower again. Now, what's popping and dropping today? MSTR was announcing that they're going to do a stock split, and I guess that's super bullish because that's making it pop by almost 10%, while Bitcoin hasn't barely moved 2%. So that's interesting, I guess. And I speculated this could be a measured bounce, and we see this rally right up here. It's going to do a 10 for 1, so this will be 240 right there when they actually get it going. WDFC, WD40. Well, it was popping, but it taking that right back. That probably is going to lead to a lower low. Check it out right here. That high, that low. Resistance zone. This isn't magic. It's just charting. Found resistance. Probably going to go right down here. How low? Use the fib tool. 1, 2, 3. Probably right down here, around 191-ish, if not down to 177-ish. So somewhere down here is probably where we're going on WD40. All right, AVGO. What's today's split day? Yesterday was split day. No, Monday's split day. Get my days right. 15th is next week. Monday's split day. I guarantee you this one's going to trade for under $200 in the next week. Anybody want to take that bet? Anybody take that bet? Anyway, Costco still rocking and rolling higher. How high can she go? I mean, next fib resistance up 900, 930, 1000, 1100. Craziness. NVDX leverage long T-Rex. T-Rex is making MSTR 2x leverage longs and shorts. So they're going to have a MSTX and MST, whatever, MSTS and MSTX, I guess. Anyway, talk about volatility. That would be some crazy stuff. So right there, potentially going to ramp on up to 238. Now, if it rejects here, we can go burning it down to 95. Apparently, they have a 10 for 1 split planned in here. Put this down at $20. ASML. Coming up into the resistance. Not sure I would expect much more than 1120, but 1200 is still up there too, and a potential target for ASML. And there's another one. BX hitting the target. Ciao. Beautiful. Beautiful. The list is long today, so we got some stuff to talk about. Quit messing around. FNGU, still ridiculous. Bulls, ridiculous. These are leveraged. Be careful on leverage. Be careful on leverage instruments, especially 3x leverage. Cuts both ways. If the market takes a turn, this is going to drop with a 3x leverage. Cuts both ways. Be careful. Be careful, be careful, be careful. We're up past the extension target on that one and getting to ridiculous extension targets on that one. These are both 3x leverage. right there. Home Depot looking a little pop, but that's still not doing anything bullish. Still a lower high than here. Higher, low. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can it float in the channel? Yeah, I mean, it could be starting a channel here and float in the channel. That's not overly bullish, not overly bearish, not overly convincing, and we have a major resistance right there. Nothing high probability. IVV keeps rocking higher with that's iShares Core S&P 500. I've said ridiculous can keep being ridiculous. Ridiculous. Be careful. This is pushing right on up. 56, 565, 577, possibly 612. One of these is going to be the last one. One of these is going to be the last little push, and then we reject, and we may not come back for 20 years. Be careful. Nail. Resistance here can go lower. This is a 3x on home builders and supplies. Lots of leverage stuff made the list today. FSLR probably going to come back down to the roadmap line after rejecting the target. That might have been the last push right there. We just happen to tag it, and watch out below. Voodoo. Vanguard's S&P 500, 521, 532. SOXL. It's a 3x leveraged. Like I said, lots of stuff leveraged. Lots of the stuff looking overextended. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. IWM at the resistance. This is Russell basically. If you wondered when I started out earlier, if you're like, you lost me, ES is S&P 500, NQ, NASDAQ, that's QQQ, and RTY is Russell, that's IWM. Just to circle back on you. And you may be like, how do you trade oil, UCO, USO, that sort of stuff? How do you trade gold, GLD, GDX, GDXM, GDXU? I mean, there's all the ways. Or GDLM. There's all different ways. Lots of ways. Bitcoin, and you got 11 spot ETFs and all the leverage stuff. BitX, BitU, Ethereum. That's futures. ETHU if you want a leverage thing, and spot ETFs are coming potentially today, maybe next week. So, digital dollar. I mean, we're probably going to digitalize everything eventually, but I don't know that it matters in the big picture. They keep printing more dollars, and eventually we're going to pay the piper with a depression. That's just the way it works. Eventually the currency is going to come apart, and that's just the way it works. Like, if you don't tie it to a physical limited asset like Bitcoin or gold or something like that, then eventually it's going to come apart. That's just the way it works. So SPXL, 3x leverage, potential top out at 171. Just absolutely insane. I was playing this when it was like 25. Holy moly. PayPal. Did we get the target? Or did we hit the stop? Ooh, target. Look at that. For those of you worried about PayPal. How much difference a day will make. Look at that. I know people were sweating that one. Look at that. Look at that. Now, does it go on to get the bigger picture? I don't know. It's got a long way to go back up there. Long way to go. Dia de los Muertos. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Not making higher highs. Now, the biggest component or the biggest influence on that thing is this one right here. And that one not looking obvious, not looking awesome. That, in fact, looks kind of sideways to slightly bearish, if you ask me. Spot, potentially going to run back down to the roadmap line. Not feeling the enthusiasm today. Enthusiasm, HAPPY. LABU, potentially breaking out. That can lead to a very quick appreciation of price. The size of the watermelon seed squeeze start. So we could see this ramp up to this area right up here around 200. 195, 200. Coin. Well, this is interesting too. MSTR popping. Bitcoin up a little bit, but coin sitting here not doing anything. 1, 2, 3, 4 didn't overlap. A 5 down would complete this correction right there, potentially making a lower low than right here. It's kind of what I want to see. And that's a 1 minute time frame. Buy. Whew. I made a day trade thing based on Apollo, and my Termite Trading Lab group has it. If you want in on that, 321-888-3962. Got to call in. It's an application process. I'll throw that number in the chat. 321-888-3962. Yeah. Press 1. There you go. All right. Don't confuse the 888 part. Don't put that first, because that goes to a scam, I guess. That's what somebody told me. EMPH, resistance right there. It's been in a downtrend. We held support. Now we're testing resistance. It's just a coin flip, though. Just bounce, ping pong and bouncing in between. There's another one of those day trades. Those are insane. Absolutely insane. DPST. On a downtrend, be careful. That's regional banks. 3x leverage on 3x leverage on regional banks. These guys still have a big problem brewing, so we be careful. We can make a lower low. Lows. Kind of like Home Depot, not really doing much to be bullish at the moment. Coin flip. Does it pop? Does it drop? Right in there in between doesn't tell me anything. USD, Ultra. Ultra means leveraged. That word right there. Even when they don't have the 2x, 3x, if you see Ultra, that means leverage. And potentially popping even higher. Carvana, sitting at the resistance, having a lot of trouble going higher. May retrace back to the roadmap line. Sitting there. This consolidation, there's bag holders sitting here, and they're ready to sell. Ready to sell. Can we rip it through it? We could. I don't know that it's going to, but if so, consumers are stressed. Used cars becoming more popular. But what happens when people can't even buy used cars? Be careful. You say they have to buy it, but nobody's got to have to do anything. And breaking out higher, retracing a little bit. I want to see this go higher, not retrace it. If we get back down in here, we're probably going to come back down because this is a lower high. We need to keep going. Keep on the breakout on GLD. NVDU. Nice. Right there. That is a 2x leverage bull on NVIDIA. Could go higher. Still finding resistance. Why is it nice? Because it's still hanging right there, and it can drop very quickly. Be careful on NVIDIA. URTY, Ultra Pro. So this is a leveraged Russell. If you want IWM with some leverage, right there. That Ultra Pro still means leveraged, right there. Nice pop. Still at the resistance. Now, leverage stuff doesn't always follow the patterns, all right? That's why I've got a button for it when I throw up the leverage. But when we see we're doing this, we were doing a watermelon seed squeeze, we popped out. That may be a fake out, and we could drop. So be careful. Now, the watermelon seed squeeze, kind of, if it plays out, usually it's either a pop or it's a drop. So we have like 30 on the downside and like 60 on the upside. That's a huge range for something that costs 46 bucks. Be careful. That's weird. It sounds like a glass rattling. I have no idea what that would be in this room. Anyway, it might be one of the fans in the computer over here. Lenore, find a resistance right there. We may drop. It just started all of a sudden. It's really weird. It sounds like a marble in a glass, like shaking, just barely. GDXU. That's the wrong color candle. We need that to be a green candle. So taking back the gap up. Be careful. GC maybe. Let's go look at GC really quickly. So taking it back. Not really. Not so much so far. So somebody got caught on that one, taking those back on gold. DR Horton is still not great. We're going to have to get all the way back above, up here. It's a start, but it's not great. Sony. Yeah, maybe the squirrel. Yeah, it's the squirrel that left me on the leaves yesterday. Yeah, I tell you. That was so weird. I don't know where the leaves came from. Anyway, Sony. It's working on it. Working on it. Maybe it's going to go. Like 122 up there. All right. And Tesla. Salah. Man, that was a good show. And Tesla looking like a breakout, potentially, through that prior high. If we can stick it, 300, next resistance. Now, this really makes me worried and concerned. If we rally this strongly into this earnings right here, probably going to get a vicious pullback. We'll talk more about that as we get closer. Rongemer is going to be happy. Man, he's going to be really happy. He may try to book some profit. FLUT, that's a downtrend. Be careful, lower high. Till we can break this zone up here, still biased down. I wouldn't touch it right now. Cold. Sitting in a downtrend on natural gas, NG1 exclamation points. Yep. Probably going to crush on down, retest this support zone right in here. And if we break it, could go on down to 125. UDOW. Potential to break up higher to 90. That would be absolute crazy. That's Ultra Pro. So leveraged, Dow 30, and Dow's already skewed. But that is a lower high at resistance. Be careful. It's kind of the watermelon seed squeeze pattern, which is my most unreliable, unfavorite pattern of all time. If there's anything I hate, it's probably this pattern right there. We got lower highs and higher lows at the same time. Anywhere it occurs in the chart, highly unreliable. It can lead to a big move up or down. And it oftentimes will fake you out. Like it'll fake a breakout and then go the other way, or fake a breakdown and then go the other way. So unreliable. UPRO, another Ultra Pro on S&P, 90 as the upside. Wayfair never has what I need. Is still just sideways consolidation. Probably, it's in one of these big wedge things too. See that right there? May just fart around right there at 75. UGL is ugly, ultra gold. Potential to breakouts, but we're not there yet. Not there yet. I need to pull it down to the low right there. It would look best if it touched, but hey, 89, 93, 102, 107. If gold's going to go ripping, this thing's going to go ultra leveraged. FERG. There's the support zone. PSTG, PTG, PSTG. Spit out. Oh, there's Burke. There's the close. Cha-ching. I made 13.6% profit on my options. And there's the actual official exit right there. PTSG. So up here at the targets. I don't know. Needs a pullback to indicate any potential future entry for me. At this point, just grinding higher is not tradable. PDD, that one was an entry on one of the time frames. That's a market roadmap bounce. If we get above here, 151 indicates we're going to go cruising on up to 171. Right up there. So that'd be the entry. That'd be the exit. Right now, you can buy aggressively, but it may fail. Be careful. In Nugget is trying to break out. Still finding resistance at the resistance. Imagine that. Imagine that. And resistance. If we go breaking out, 60 would be a nice upside target. TSM 200 has been the target for a while. 200 didn't quite get there yet. reached for the sky and then rejecting back down. Was a popper, now it's a dropper. NVDL. Yeah. Leveraged NVIDIA. We've had a bunch of those on here. There seems to be a lot of them. XHB. Gotta get above that. 106 to see 116, 122. SPG. Salmon Property Group. Just high consolidation here. Not really doing much of anything. Not indicating we're going up or down or anything. Let's just clean this up and redraw it. That high, that low. Stuck at the resistance. That's a vicious 5-wave down. That's a 3-wave up. We maybe do another corrective move lower on Salmon Property Group. Right down here, like the 65 to 78 zone. Think about it. If retail really starts cracking, SPG is going to flush. I've been talking about it all week, how the consumer is stressed. Be careful. The cracks are showing. UWM. Oh, there's another Ultra Russell right there. Nice pop. Still lower high. Higher lows. Watermelon seed squeeze crap. AGQ. That is Ultra Silver. Another potential breakout. I told you lots of leverage stuff made the list today. SAP. Pulled up the wrong SAP. Get the US version. And that looks like it could run out of steam here anytime. That high, that low. At the resistance, I would expect a retrace after hitting resistance. Although we can climb the fib ladder, 217, 237, 248. That's why I don't really trade short. There's no guarantees on the short side. Volcom. Wow. That's a dumpster fire. Yeah, we talked about that one earlier in the week, probably. Watch out for that to keep chugging down towards zero right there. Just a dumpster fire. All right. Right there. 51. mRNA. Support. We could bounce off of here, but if we start breaking down, watch out for the bigger flush on mRNA. BX was popping, but it's still kind of in a watermelon seed squeeze situation. Lower highs. Be careful. This is the point. Like on the daily chart, sideways, choppy, hot garbage, but that presented an opportunity on the 30-minute chart, and it hit the target right there. That's a beautiful, beautiful setup that went through, and there was a brand new trade on RH right there. It came through, came flowing through. Baidu. If we can get back through that resistance, maybe we can get some upside. Could have been the final flush out. Still long Baidu. GEO. Wow. If this can hold right here, it can go up quite a bit. If it does not, if it starts breaking down, like this is the last string, like last straw. If we break it, come down in the 120s, it's setting up the likelihood we're going on down, maybe back below 100, possibly into the 80 area. Whew. TNA, still can't read that one without thinking teenage boy thoughts. Just a sideways consolidation, 3x bull on small caps. Not looking great. Still didn't look great to me. SSO, Ultra S&P. That's just going to the reach for the sky right there. FAS, Ultra, 3x bull on financials, but this is lower highs, higher lows. Careful. That can result in a bigger flush out. Financial earnings start tomorrow. Continue next week. Be careful. Usually we see this rally into financial earnings, which is exactly what we got. We saw the rally. And then after we start announcing financial earnings, it's a crapshoot. Like there's no pattern to it. But usually we see a rally into financial earnings on, especially on this one, FAS. And then we see some chop. So watch out for that one. It could get continuation. It could take it back. AEM. That's right up to the target. Watch for 77 resistance, but that can take it right back down right there. Snow Lake. Still have bias for this to go down. That's my thought. We're going down. I'll buy my position down here. Not bullish yet. That broke down below the uptrend of lows. And Caterpillar. That's a new entry. Oracle, new entry. RTX, new entry. CSX, new entry. Snow on 30. That's funny. I got that chart up. Twilio. Just because it's a big term, big trend, downtrend, doesn't mean there's not small opportunities to go up for a limited time. And OKTA. Bye. TECO. 3X Bull. Just gonna. I don't go through the list before I do the show. I just pull up the list and then come do the live show. So I kind of hit it all live. First time, first blush. NVIDIA, probably going to flush. It was popping. Now it's showing weakness while everything else is showing strength. CONL, sitting on the roadmap line. Be careful. QS. That's big picture, kind of bearish. I would be very careful. Look at all those misses on the earnings. Oh, man. They lose a lot of money. That's basically all we need here is a reverse split, and we got a dumpster fire situation going on QS. Decliners, there weren't a lot, but it's warnings, warning signs. Things are cracking. MasterCard, down again. It was down with, Visa yesterday. PepsiCo, down. These are consumer stuff, man. DAL, down today. Wow, look at that one. Woo. Missing on the top, missing on the bottom, getting whacked. Probably guiding that they see lower demand potentially. Even though we've got high demand right now. Why? Ultra short yen. Wow. Watch out for another one of these right there. That can definitely flush again. I'm going to bookmark that one. I have an interest in this one for some other reason. SRTY. Here's another Ultra Pro. That's short Russell, so it's dipping, but if Russell turns, watch out for that one to go ripping right there. If and when Russell decides to turn, but this is a decaying asset, so reverse splits galore. SBIT. This is short Bitcoin getting whacked a little bit, and this may have been the resistance. That may have been the high right there. We may end up going epically lower on SBIT. You're welcome to bet against me, but I think we're going higher with that stuff. VKTX potentially bouncing off the roadmap line. That's a biotech pharma. ANSVS. Snooze. Wants to install Windows updates. ANVS. Pharmaceutical. That stuff's just choppy. I wouldn't touch this with any of your money. Microchip. Watch out for the flush in chips, but that one has potential. That's an echo. Potential to go rocking and rolling back up to 101. Not a huge upside. IBKR. Interactive brokers. Watch out for a flush back down. Done it before, lots of times. 1, 2, could get a 3 right down here to 111. That's where I would shop if it's going to do it. Otherwise, no high probability opportunity. ON, resistance at the roadmap line and that triple top thing. Watch out for a bigger flush. TZA, small cap 3X, bears getting whacked on small caps going higher today. All right, bias for the day, extremely cautiously looking for that high and the support right here at this 54.50. Same target, same support. Break below here, game over. Break above, hit this, probably game over. So that's where we're at right now. Cautiously bullish for that bigger blow off top. Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. And have a great day, everybody. I'll be in Discord. If you want to know if you want a little teaser, I got something I'm working on, and let me throw the link up. This will be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna hold a special session and give a teaser on some of the stuff that I've been working on in the background, that day trade thing maybe. If you're interested, here's the link to save for tomorrow, right here. Save that link. Come join us tomorrow. What time tomorrow? That would be at noon. Noon tomorrow, Eastern time. I'll be live on that link. I'll give you a reminder tomorrow. So hopefully you give me a like or a thumbs up or anything. Share with a friend if anything I said was beneficial. Otherwise, I'll see you later. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm closing trades like crazy. I got to go see what's going on with my trading platform. I'll see you tomorrow.